What is up, everyone? I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. The second rotation of the City of Sintranos is in-game, guys. And I'm not sure exactly what path you picked. You went right, left, middle, backwards, because you can do so many different things. But depending on which path you picked, maybe you stumbled across this new Scarab King. And I want to show you that you can actually solo the Scarab King with Aox the Rememberer. The main thing that you need to know about Aox is that with A1 he has a pretty low chance to put poisons. Then he has the passive, which has a chance to increase the duration of 2 random debuffs on the attacker when attacked, which is pretty good. And overall he's getting a bit of healing. He's putting some other debuffs too, which can be beneficial. But if you have the right build on him, he can solo this boss. And not only that he can solo the boss in the Cursed City, guys, but at the same time, he can help you for progression in the Doom Tower. If you're stuck with this boss, you know, maybe you gotta move up a few floors, or maybe you wanna move over to hard mode and you don't have the right champions to tackle the beast. Well, Aox the Rememberer is here to show you that he can do it. You can potentially try, of course, with other champions. Now, Venom Mage, unfortunately, she's weak affinity against this boss, so she's not really going to get the job done. But I do think that he is actually pretty interesting as it is, you know? He's actually doing it pretty fast too. It's not something that is gonna take for forever. We do need to have at least one Blood Shield accessory on the champion, guys, just to reduce a bit all the counter attacks from the boss, because they tend to be pretty annoying, you know, if you don't really have a bit of a shield. Of course, not all the time he's actually going to attack and get that shield up. Sometimes he's actually going to use the A2. He's going to use the A3, which sometimes might cause him to don't attack the enemy. But this goes pretty smooth. Now, last rotation we had Liburga, right? Liburga, she was doing an awesome job against this boss, and I feel like we're going to slowly discover more champions like this. Now, unlike Liburga, this is a champion that you will acquire from summoning, you know. With Liburga, most of the people that are looking to progress on this boss, they don't really have issues with the champions. You know, they already have a pretty developed roster if they manage to collect Liburga, because Liburga is one of the latest champions that you are getting from the Doom Tower normal mode, and my god, she's an amazing epic champion. I'm really a big fan of Liburga, you know, like the increased attack, increased defense, and the poisons. But this bad boy right here, Aox the Rememberer, or this bad girl, whatever the sex might be of the champion, because I know a lot of you guys tend to be pretty irritated when I'm saying it, but overall, he's doing a nice job. Now, I know a lot of people are using him as well in the Iron Twins Fortress. I never really thought about him as a champion for the Scarab. I feel like having the City of Sintranos in here, guys, just brings a lot of different ideas based on what champions we have available. So that makes us develop different strategies on how we can actually tackle the boss, or if not necessarily different strategies, it puts champions that they weren't in the spotlight before in the actual spotlight now, so we can see them and we're like, oh, wait a second, this champion can do the job. Why didn't I thought about it 2 years ago? And everybody was asking, can I do it with this champion, you know, or with this champion? And none of us really thought about a lot of these champions that are actually pretty interesting for a lot of bosses now, you know. Let me know in the comments down below if you already stumbled on this stage, what team or champion you used to defeat the Scarab, you know. You used Aox as well, you used something else, because I was looking at my options. I'm probably missing a few epics because I haven't really kept a copy of each one of them. And I was kind of like, okay, what champions can do it? You know, I've seen Aox, I was like, yeah, he's definitely the man. Initially, I haven't even looked at the affinity, I just put in Venom Mage. I was like, that's it. And then I put Venom Mage in and I see no poisons. I was like, what the heck? Then I see the affinity and I'm like, okay, yeah, she's not going to get the job done. So let me bring in somebody else. And then I've seen that I have Aox available. So he was the first option that kind of like jumped into my mind, you know. I'm pretty convinced that if I'm gonna put my Shirimani in, she has a 5-star Brimstone. If I put that Shirimani in, she will probably kill the boss with the Brimstone, you know. I think the Brimstone overrides the shield on the boss. I've never used Brimstone against this boss, actually, so I'm not 100% sure, but I would expect it to just completely ignore that shield, you know, and damage the boss anyway, regardless. So there we are. 3 minutes and 40. Probably is going to be a bit over 4 minutes, but hey, he's getting the job done, and I feel like this might help a lot of you guys in the Doom Tower if you're stuck, you know. Like, this is level 200 on the boss, so I'm expecting him to have similar stats with a Doom Tower Scarab at level 200, you know, which is kind of like the medium level for hard mode, if I'm not mistaken, right? We're going to check that in a second. So I've already defeated this, and how you may see is literally the identical thing from the previous run. Funny enough, because you would think that you will have some RNG on the poisons that you're landing and stuff with A1, but seems like no. Past time and the current time, 4 minutes and 10 seconds, the same turn count as well, like identical, not even one extra turn or anything like that. That's so freaking weird, honestly. If I was trying to do that, no chance in a million years to make it happen, you know? So, Doom Tower, and we're looking for hard mode. So, the last one is at level 300. Okay, maybe is on the first few floors at level 200. But I'm pretty convinced if I'm gonna put the champion against the boss at floor 100 at level 295. Maybe if I beef up Aox a little bit, we're gonna get the job done. I'm pretty convinced that is a thing and it will work, you know. So this is the build that I have on Aox, guys. I have a regeneration set and a perception. Total stats, we have 63k HP, 3.2k defense, 217 speed, and I have a 400 accuracy, which is a bit of an overkill. You don't really need that much accuracy. No masteries, so you don't need the masteries either for War Master or anything like that. If you have masteries, of course, landing the poisons will help you quite a bit because you're going to increase the chance. You might drop a cheeky Master Hexer on there, you know, and that will increase the duration of the poison too. And that would pretty much do the build on Aox the Rememberer, guys. Like, yeah, you need one Blood Shield accessory. It's pretty mandatory. If not, the boss will constantly counterattack you and you will barely get to take any turns. I'm not saying that you won't defeat the boss without it, but what will happen is that the boss will attack you so much and so many animations, and he will barely get turns to put poisons and heal, and that will be a bit annoying, you know. It will take quite a bit of time for it to happen. He is fully booked though. I have a 1-star blessing, which doesn't really make a massive difference overall. Let me know in the comments down below what champions you used against this boss. Let's actually quickly see what other champions could potentially do it from here. So, yeah, Venom Mage could be an option, but she's weak affinity, unfortunately. And I guess if you put a champion that has very good healing versus the boss on a toxic set, that's another thing that will work. But overall, they do seem to be plenty of champions that you could take into the fight. But I'm honestly not so convinced about the majority of them, because not that many of them bring you poisons, not that many of them bring you something to really be useful against this boss. It's true you can build full teams much easier against this boss now with all the damage dealers that you have. You have a Metal Shaper right here, which puts a decent shield on. But I feel like, yeah, Aox is going to be the GOAT for this boss. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.